Okay, today we're going to talk about blocks. Our core system is Ishinryu, and that's what we do our Atemi Waza from, which are strikes, which are range one techniques. So we're going to talk a little bit about blocks and how to block and the nuances of the Ishinryu block versus other blocks. The Ishinryu block is made with the padding of the forearm, whether it's high, middle, or low. The reason for that is this can take more damage than either bone. We also spread the impact across both bones. What happened earlier is a lot of systems, when I first learned Shotokan and when I first learned Uechi-ryu and I first studied Shorin-ryu, we always blocked this way. What I learned from a very high-ranking Shorin-ryu instructor many years later, I was like 4th degree black belt by that time, was the reason for this movement. Normally they punch, boom, I stop it, then I cut. When I cut, I can strike, I can hit pressure points. Actually, we call them nerves. You can hit the brachial nerve, boom. You can hit this nerve that's right here in this hip joint, boom. I touch him, I want to hurt him. He punches, boom. If I'm going to just do this, I'm going to hit him here, I'm going to hurt him. That's the basic middle block. The other part of this is we always put the hand on the obi when we block. There's a reason for that. He punches. Boom, I stop this one, he's got two hands. Boom, I stop that one. Bang, 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 bang. There's a reason we put our hands on our obi. Remember, a strike, we always strike to inflict pain. When you're studying bunkai and you see this middle block, it doesn't always just necessarily mean it's a middle block. He can grab my wrist. Boom, I can go middle block and get out of the grab. It's not always a middle block. The other block I'm going to talk about real quick is the high block. There's very few people going to punch you in the face and you block like this. If you have a stick, and you block this, bang, and it's a baseball bat, you've broken your arm. Now he's just going to beat you to death. This is not to stop a weapon. It is if you're a very short person. These Okinawans were smaller people when they fought the Americans. This was a very good block because they were much shorter. So when he punched down, they would be punching down at me. Instead of doing a middle block punch, they would be doing this. This would be their block. It makes perfect sense. But it's more than that. Remember we said every block is also a strike. This block, he reaches for me. Boom, I got this hand. I pull it to my waist and I strike him under the chin. Every block can be a strike. I touch him, I hurt him. We block with the legs. We kick to the legs in Ishinryu. We kick all over the place with the legs in Ishinryu. Boom. We got hip flexors. Boom. We got heel thrusts. We do not kick generally above the waist. Because if I kick above the waist, you can grab, boom, and I go down. So, we block like in the Hanchikata, that move in the Hanchikata where we lift our leg up and sit down, we block with our legs. Boom! That's how we stop a low block. We block legs with legs, upper bodies with upper bodies. Okay, let's back to the middle block. Ishinryu middle block is here. It's a fist and a thumb away. It's a thumb and a fingers high. It's directly in line with your shoulder, just slightly outside the shoulder line. If I go this far, it's too much. Because then to block the next one, I have to bring it back. That's a waste of energy, it's a waste of time. If I block this much and it slips past me, I've won the fight. I've won the block. Like I said, the other part of this is, it's not always just this. If I'm in a fight with someone who boxes, I'm not going to block. He throws a punch. I'm not going to block like this. I'm going to block like this. Boom. So I'm in tight. This is every bit much a middle block as this is, but there are more blocks in the AOKK. He punches, boom. I can stop it with my shoulder as well as this. I don't want to elevate this too much because then my ribs are exposed. I elevate it too much, boom. He can either punch me, boom, or he can kick me. I'm open. So I keep it in tight. Fist in the thumb, elbow protects the ribs. That's why you got all these mechanics. We do this a million times for a couple of reasons. We want to embed this movement in your mind. It's called body-mind connection. So you do it without thought. He punches, boom, I do it without thought. If I'm sitting here thinking, he punches, and I'm thinking about it, bang, he's got me, he's nailed me. Okay? Wow. Message from above. Anyway, same thing with we do parry blocks. We do a lot of parry blocks, which are in upper body 14. Parry block, strike, strike. That teaches us two things. It teaches us body evasion. In other words, he punches, boom, I'm here. I don't want to be where the punch is. The other thing it does, he punches, I push it away. See, now I'm close. This is something you don't see in the upper body because you're going bang, bang. The reality is I'm going here, here, and here from this same technique. It's all a middle block. It's a parry block to the middle. Each side, there's a parry block down. He comes, grabs me for a knee. Boom, parry block here. Boom, palm heel here, or center punch here. These are our blocks. High block, middle block. Which block am I missing? Mawashuki. The most misunderstood block of them all. They call it wax on, wax off in the movies. He punches. Boom, I stop this here. The reason the hand is here is so I can trap. I pull it to my hand, I take his throat, boom, I do whatever I want to at that point. All these blocks cover every attack through the body. If he punches to the face, middle block. If he punches to the solar plexus, middle block. It covers everything. It comes across the body. The body is turned slightly, so my groin is not exposed. The punch comes. I can take the block here. I can take the block here. I can take the block here. I can take the block here, as long as I push it out of the way so it doesn't make contact with any centerline targets, which are eyes, philtrum, chin, throat, jawline, solar plexus, bladder, and groin. You got to move those out of the way. All of these. Low block comes from here. He throws high. Boom. First part of the low block is you bring it to your ear. I block it. He throws middle. Boom. It's blocked. He throws low. Boom. It's blocked. Every block covers the entire area of your centerline target area. In the old days, they would teach one block at a time. They might start out with middle block. And people would throw every kind of punch technique, and you would have to block it moving with this one single technique. Americans are a little bit lazy and a little bit easily bored like I am, so we have a lot of different blocks. And we get them all at once. In the old days, you might spend 6 months just middle blocking, but when you were finished, you could stop any punch coming to your body. We don't do that anymore. What I see a lot of in our sparring is this hand's still broken, so be nice. He punches, we want to, I don't see any of this, I don't see any parries, I don't see any parries and counters. I don't see parries anymore. We don't parry. We just do this when we're sparring and throwing punches and kicks. Work on your body movement, work on your angles, boom, 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 and parry, parry, parry. That's what we're going to be working on tonight, is parrying and moving. I covered everything, I believe, low block, high block, middle block, Mawashuki. In a lot of traditional martial arts, they have a mid inside block, which goes this way and stops in line with your solar plexus. The problem with that, we don't have that in Ishinryu because, again, we strike with the padding, and we do not want to strike with the exposed underside of the wrist. There's tendons and blood, veins, and all kinds of nasty stuff in there that if they get damaged, you got real big, ugly bruises. or if they get cut, you lose the use of that hand. Well, last of all, we block padding up here for the same reason. A lot of people block this way. Again, that easy, delicate part to damage of the arm is exposed when you do that, unless you do the block and the cut. Everybody leaves the cut out. They just block with the bone, block with the bone, block with the bone. I know. That's how I first learned. It wasn't until I ran into this very high-ranking Shorin-ryu guy who studied in Okinawa, and he studied with both Izu Shimabuku and Tatsu Shimabuku, and he gave us that gem at a seminar probably 8 years ago. So that's where we're at on this. I hope this is of some value. If it's not, it doesn't matter, you still got to learn it. And for that, let's end this. Did you?